Son, we're going to take a chance with this private school thing. You can change everything for this family. That's always stuck with me. Transitioning. 6 memorable quotes from our first year in private school. Note, let these quotes be an opportunity and invitation to reflect on and discuss the cultural experiences happening in private schools among students of color. For context, I attended a single-sex all-male private school in Texas during the early and mid-2000s, and these are some of the things I heard when I was a student. Hey buddy, what sport do you play? Or, you're here for basketball, right? Now, I'm a little dude, or I was back then. I was only like 5'6", maybe sub 100 pounds, so I rarely got that question. But when I did hear that question asked to other black students, black and brown students who did show some athletic ability, it just made me think, what are we really here for? Hey dude, can I say the N-word? No words, speechless. I was probably asked that question on a monthly basis from 7th to 12th grade as a prep school kid. And I just always wondered, why did my white friends really want to say that word? I mean, in one end, I'm like, well, thanks for asking, but no thanks. I'm not even going to say the word. I'm going to let you think about it. I'm going to let you think about when I was called that, why I was called that. The hard R, if you are confused. Sit with it. Whew, this was awkward. I'm into black guys. You know what they say about black guys, right? Yeah, I do know what they say about black guys. What do you think about black guys? Do you think we're only here to satisfy your sexual needs or to be a notch, in your belt for sexual conquest? Do you think I'm just here because of my reproductive organs? And the crazy part was, I was in the 7th grade. Kind of an adult conversation to be had in the 7th grade. And I went to an all-boys school, so I thought I would be able to get away from the distractions that sometimes relationships pose for a young man. But this question kept coming up, and it did become a distraction because it made me feel like I'm just an object. A sexual object. Nothing more, nothing less. Mama, when we get in there, just smile and wave at these white folks. Okay? Keep it real simple. Don't embarrass me. Okay? Just smile and wave. If they ask, just say your name and you're that my mother, and then let me do all the talking. I'll give you my mom response in the car. Boy, I wish you would tell me what I can and can't do. And from that moment, I shut my mouth. Because who am I to tell my mom to not be herself just so she can meet the needs and the gaze of a few white people? Wow, embarrassing. But a great conversation around being grounded in your roots came from that interaction, or those interactions, especially during the ride homes after parent-teacher conferences. So thanks, Mom, for holding me accountable. Thanks, Mom, for being your black self. Thanks, Mom, for teaching me how to love myself no matter who I'm around, and keeping me accountable. Son, we're going to take a chance with this private school thing. You can change everything for this family. That's always stuck with me. One of the greatest compliments and one of the most inspiring moments of my life was between my stepfather and myself. He put a lot of faith in us, all of his kids. As a man who works tirelessly for his family, I really respected those words. I really wanted to honor his words and honor the sacrifices that he has made, my mother has made, my grandparents. You know, I tell people, your success is their success. Again, you may feel like you're at it alone when you're studying, reading, doing those complicated algebra, trigonometry problems, or learning that second language at home and no one else can help you as far as the academics go. But you gotta be thankful for the people that put the food on the table, that massage you when you're sore, that pick you up after games, that cheer for you at the games. And that was all I needed to know, all I needed to hear to become my best self, my best black self. So be grateful for the people that came with you and before you and that will come after you. I want to leave you with some reflection questions. 1. What are some topics and scenarios to review at home in order to be proactive and not reactive to situations? Think about it. While yes, we are in 2022, we still have a bunch of instances of racial violence, microaggressions, which at this point, I don't think it's microaggressions. I think these are just full-on aggressive acts against people of color, especially black people. What type of conversations do you need to have in those car rides to school and those car rides from school, as well as around the dinner table? I knew my parents made it a point to make sure we talked every night during dinner about our day. When I was younger, I didn't understand it, but now I realize the importance of sharing because it became an opportunity for them to educate me, inform me, and for me to open up and practice vulnerability and continue to build that trust in my parents and keep an open communication. What are our family goals to keep us all focused and grounded, especially in the face of distractions? One of the main things we have to keep in mind, and this is why I'm so grateful for my father and his words, was what's your end goal? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? And being able to think about that early on, before I stepped foot on campus, it just helped me understand my purpose, my point. And it made me move with a sense of urgency. It made me move with a sense of purpose. It made me move thinking that, man, forget these kids. I gotta grind. I gotta go get mine. And do whatever it takes. Whether that means going to advocate for myself after school to talk to teachers, whether that meant spending my weekends completing my homework, by any means necessary, right? And the only way I knew to do that was because we had very strong goals at home, right? The goal is to get me not just to graduate high school, but to get me to college. Family goals are important. I can't emphasize this enough. It's not just you. It's you, your guardian, your siblings, your mother, your father, your close family. You're all in this together. Everyone's playing their part. Everyone's playing their role in order to make sure you are successful. So make sure you have goals individually and make sure you have goals as a family in order to keep focus. You know, without goals, you don't have a direction. So it's imperative that you and your family sit down and discuss what's our end game, what's our end goal. Where do we want to be in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? You're not alone. You gotta thank the people who are all playing their roles to make sure you are successful as a student, as well as you making sure you're contributing to your family, making sure you're not wasting their sacrifices, their time, their money, their energy, but you're trying to blaze trails, especially if you're a first generation college student. 3rd, whom can we trust and welcome into our support network? I wouldn't be here without my network. Not just my family, but my coaches, some of my teachers, some of my friends. And don't get me wrong, not everyone's out to get you at these schools. However, you have to have a good head on your shoulder to be able to find and filter out good people, people who are healthy for you, people who are not only good for you and good to you. And no, it's not about being transactional. If anything, it's about being empathetic, and it's about being collaborative It's about being interdependent because there will be tough times and you need that support network to fall back on to build you back up. So use these questions as points of conversation at the dinner table. I think the dinner table has been one of the biggest sites of education in my life. Don't take it for granted. Peace.